Alright, good afternoon guys. Figured I'd take a quick minute today, well, I got a few minutes spare time if you will, and kind of update you guys on the homestead. I've done a little bit more, some new additions, at least since the last video. If you follow me on Facebook, I've posted pretty much all these pictures already, so it's probably nothing new to you guys, but for those of you that don't do the Facebook thing, just an update video on what I've done, you know, to upgrade the homestead as best I can. As you can see, we still got well over a foot of snow on the ground, and old man winter just ain't letting up yet. They're calling for some more tonight, I guess, so you know, it is what it is there, I guess. I just threw some shavings down out here to kind of help with the mud, you know, back and forth to the shed here, or the chicken coop rather. But I got a rooster inside. I've had him for about a month now, maybe a little better than a month, and I was giving the run around a little bit here and there with getting the chickens. That took, you know, about a month actually, and I thought I was getting them the same day I was getting the rooster, but that didn't happen. So I also said I was getting 6 laying hens. I only ended up with 3. That's all they'd sell me at the time. And they were trying to sell me, you know, chicks, which eventually I got from somewhere else because I was tired of waiting, but you know, that's another story. So we'll show you the chicks, but let's take a look inside. I'll show you Buddy, our rooster, 3 laying hens. I've had the hens now for about a week. I ended up getting the chicks first, then the chickens kind of came through a few days later, so I've had them about a week. One of them just started laying eggs 4 days ago, so 4 consecutive days now I've gotten an egg out of one of them. The other 2 I think are just still a little bit skittish with the rooster in there, but they seem to be getting along great now, hanging out, perching together, no issues. So without rambling on too much and boring you to death, let's go take a look at them. So there's a low perch right by the window. They spend a good bit of time there. Up in the boxes, in this lower box here, closest one to us, I've got 2 eggs in that one. One yesterday, one today. Then I had 1 in this box and 1 in that box, and I'm pretty sure it's the same hen that's laying it now, and she's starting to be consistent, you know. 4 days in a row I've gotten an egg out of her. But come, you know, dusk, and when they're ready to perch, they've kind of abandoned all this and they've moved up to the rafters. So there's Buddy, our rooster. He's kind of a pain in the tail end, but he's pretty cool looking. And he's a mix of a few things. He's got some Araucana in him, some black sex link. I want to say some New Hampshire red as well, and maybe more. That's all the guy told me. On the other one, those are 3 black sex links. 2 of them are just regular black sex links. One has a mix in it. You can see the one in the middle is facing us. That's one of the regular ones, and the one to the left is a regular one. The one to the far right is a mix. I can't remember what the heck the guy told me it was, but she's got a little bit of white on her chest. Just a little bit, not too much. And I believe she's the one that's been laying the eggs so far. So there's the new additions. Again, for you guys that don't keep up on Facebook, that's what's going on down here. So out back here, just behind the coop, I had shoveled out this area. It's roughly 6 foot by 12 foot. I had this old wire kind of buried in the snow. I still got some more behind me. You know, freeze for me, so we went for that first. As you can see, the holes are just way too big. A good sized coon could get right in there, never mind your weasels and other small predator animals that can get in there and tear up the chickens. So that's not going to work out. Wouldn't surprise me that chicken get right out of there too. So I just had set that up. I was going to double it up, trying to close up the holes, but you know, we got more snow. This was bare ground when I shoveled it, and again, old man winter just want to keep giving me fits, so kind of held off on this. I started working on the coop inside, and I will show you that. So I'm gonna rip this wire out. I bought some, you know, actual chicken wire with the 1-inch holes. So the coop that I'm working on in the house is gonna go to the far end that you're looking at. it'll all be fenced in on the outside, so they have an area to run around in outside, and then the coop will be, you know, 3.5 feet off the ground or so, with a ramp up to the door. And this will be for the chicks when they get too big to be in the house, but yet not big enough to be kept with the rooster and these 3 hens. They're gonna need a little bit of time by themselves to get a little bit bigger, a little more mature, so they can defend themselves. You know, you put them together too soon, that rooster and the hens will just tear them up. So we'll keep them separate for a while, as long as they need it. Hopefully we can get things going on the outside here with the big fenced in area, the new barn and all that stuff that we talked about in the last video. And eventually they'll be able to run around together. So here's the coop for the chicks that I've been working on. I had a bunch of this scrap tongue and groove pine up in my garage. So rather than have to buy anything, all I really bought was the shingles on the roof, and that was just a bundle. It's like 30 bucks. But I'll walk you guys around this. It's pretty much done. I just got to finish the roof on the back, a little more trim, and one more coat of stain, and that'll be ready to go out back. And I just got to build a stand for the bottom of it. It's probably going to sit 3.5 feet up high off the ground. But let's take a look around this and check it out. So here's a front view. Obviously got the door on the right. I got the trim on the front here is just half logs. That was just some scrap as well left over in my garage. Thought I'd touch it up. Pretty nice. I'm gonna do the same thing in the back. There'll be an upper section and a lower section. I'll check that out right now. There's the main roof in the back, already done and roofed. Got the boxes all finished up. So I just gotta add the roof to the top of that. I'm actually gonna cut one board out here and hinge it so I can open that down, reach in and grab the eggs for when the time comes. And here's a section I was telling you about. Right here in the corner there's going to be another log there coming down to on top of the roof, and then another one on the bottom section here. And we'll give you a side view of that. You can see I arched the doorways, you know, a little bit fancy, just like the front door for their boxes inside. I got a little perch up in there. I think you can see that. So I'm going to give you a side shot of this over here so you can see the extension there. There it is. Just a little bump out there in the back for the boxes. I'll give them some room on the inside to just get out of the weather if they want and really have to nest. But almost there on this. Be heading out back shortly with this. Hopefully by this weekend anyways. Alright guys, so here's the chicks I picked up. There's 9 of them. They're red pullets is what they're called. They're actually red comets to be more specific. And again, there's 9 of them. So they're in here. I got them at 3 days old. It's about almost a week and a half later now. So they're roughly 2 weeks or just shy of 2 weeks old at this point, and they're already getting feathers on their wings. So they'll be in here until they're fully feathered, and then we're gonna move them out back. So that's really it guys. Quick one, quick on the upgrades, kind of show you guys what I got going on since the last video anyway. Again, for those of you that don't do the Facebook thing, try to keep you in the loop as best I can. And just a quick thank you to a buddy of mine. He kind of helps me out with the shavings. I'll show you this bag here in a second. But he gives me shavings by the bagfuls, and I definitely appreciate it. Again, frees for me, and he's a hell of a guy, so I just wanted to thank you, Sean, for that. Much appreciated, brother. So again, that's it. Quick video on the upgrades. I'll get another video shot, edited, and uploaded as soon as I can, guys. Just bear with me, you know, with the work thing and all that stuff, and you know, we'll get through it. So until the next one, take care.